Another day, another dollar. Thank the Lord for another 24. God, I knew that was you, man. Quick correctional officer video. You know, I've been going hard with these videos damn near the past year, you know, trying to put people onto the game when it comes to being a correctional officer, working in corrections, you know. It ain't, and I don't want to come on here like I'm trying to sell you a dream. You know, I like to keep shit realistic and keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I talk about the good and I like to talk about the bad. You know what I'm saying? So to anybody that's still interested in being correctional officers, you found my channel, you know, you started watching the videos, I got you fired up, I got you motivated. You never worked in corrections, you know, you don't know anybody that may work in corrections, you know. Like I said, I try to give you the good and the bad. You know, this video, I'm going to talk about the bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't want to come on here and paint a picture and try to sell you a dream. You know, see, a lot of motherfuckers, they just come online, they do videos and shit. They only try to talk about the good. You know, I like to be realistic. That way you can make an informed decision, you know, as far as if you want to do this a career or not. And you can make the best choice for you and your family. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is the thing when it comes to corrections, man. This is the bad. We are constantly short-staffed, man, like a mug. You know, nationwide, prisons and jails, man, it's like they can't get people to come in and hire them fast enough. And it's like when you do hire a group of new COs, it's like, let's say, for instance, you hire 7 correctional officers, right? And then they get on the floor, they working. By then, shit, you probably got 5 people that are retired. You probably got 5 more people that done got new jobs, got promotions. They don't work in custody no more. They got like, they're a counselor, case manager. So it's like a never ending cycle. You know, it's like, it don't even put a dent in the staffing shortage, you know. So that's something you're going to have to realize coming in to corrections, is that we're going to constantly be short-staffed. You know, for instance, man, I done got mandated on my Friday the past 2-3 weekends in a row, right? So the policy says, you know, the master agreement that the union agreed with, you know, as far as upper management, that we can't get mandated on our Friday unless it's like a staffing conflict, you know, staffing shortage, or it's an institutional need, like an emergency going on. Then we can get mandated, you know what I'm saying? But, so, like I said, man, we short-staffed, right? So I done got hit the Saturday before. I had to stay over 4 hours. You know, this past Saturday, I was, it was down there 7:30. I'm thinking I'm about to get out, you know, on the 8 hours into the gate. You know, usually how I do, I work my overtime during the week, you know, Tuesday through Friday. You know, I do like 4 doubles. You know, I'm running the checkup. And then Saturday, you know, it's my Friday. So like I say, by policy, we technically can't get mandated. You're supposed to just be able to work your 8-hour shift and go home. So I go in at midnight. I'm supposed to get off at 8. You know, here come the lieutenant. He calling me, man, 7:30. Like, man, I ain't got nobody, man. We short. We got like 6 holes for day shift, man. I'm gonna have to mandate it. I know it's your Friday. You know, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't even be calling. You know, I was like, all right, cool, Lou. That's cool, man. You know, can I run out and get some food? You know, I didn't really pack no food because I'm expecting to get out on an 8. You know what it is? It just is what it is. You know, I've been working in corrections long enough, you know, to understand that's the nature of the beast. You know, I got 13 years in. I've worked at 3 different facilities, you know, and each of them, outside of my second facility, when I worked at the federal prison in West Virginia, we were pretty staffed pretty good there. I only got mandated like maybe 1 time in that 2 years I was at that prison. But when I worked at the county jail, we was constantly short-staffed, man. People will get hired on. They leave and like, shit, some of them might not even make it a couple weeks, man, a month. People was just leaving, man. You know, we didn't make a lot. When I worked at that county jail, you had people just leaving, going to get like a regular job, like working at Walmart or some shit like that, man. They was tired of getting mandated, you know, getting hit on the head every other day, you think you working an 8 or 12-hour shift, it turned into a 16-hour shift. So I get it. I understand, you know, I don't really cry about it. You know, I got too much time in, you know, and it's like I'm already working a lot of overtime anyways right now. So, you know, I look at the bright side. I try to be optimistic about it. You know, I was like, you know, I'm on vacation. I'm finna go on vacation, you know. So I'm like, well, shit, that's just that extra 8 hours I gotta work, man. It's just an extra $400 on the check, man. I'm gonna be on vacation. Shit, we gonna eat good. We gonna drink good, smoke some good cigars, you know, shit like that. Live it up. You know, so I look at the bright side of things. And on top of that, you know, I stayed on my same exact unit that I work. I've been working the same unit down there probably 5 years straight, you know. So the inmates know me. I work night shift there. They left me down there. I had to work the day shift down there. Man, it was, man, easy shit. Ain't nothing going on all day, man. I'm talking about I ain't really do shit but count at 10 a.m. and shit, did my rounds and came sat back down. Easy day. It went by so quick. By the time I looked up, it was damn 3:45. My relief walking through the door. I'm like, okay, bet, man. It went by so quick. So, you know, man, going into it, try to look at the bright side of things. I know a lot of people, they just want to do their regular 40 hours and go home, but that's just not the reality of it. You know, like I said, we short-staffed, prisons, jails, state prison, whether it's federal, county jail, nationwide. So expect to go in there, man. You know, you think you're going to work your 40 hours a week, you're going to work more than that, you know, like I said, man. And I try to, like I tell the new people, man, try to take advantage of it, man. You know, it's plenty extra shifts you could pick up if you want. You know, you could pay off debt faster. You got student loans, car loans. You trying to buy your first house, man. You could stack that change up and shit like that. You know, you try to put the kids through college. You could work some extra shifts to help pay for tuition, shit like that. That's how I look at the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then when I get to that point in my career where I'm like, man, I done ran my money up enough, man. Now it's time for me to start cutting back on my overtime. I ain't trying to do no overtime. And then it's like, I've been doing so much overtime over the years, so I'm like, I can't really trip or I ain't gonna really cry if they mandate me once or twice a week. You know, that shit, that ain't nothing. I've been doing damn 32 hours every week for the past goddamn decade, so it's called good, man. You know, I just look at it like that. You just gotta know what you getting into when you apply to be a correctional officer, man. That's the good, the bad, man. This is the next thing. Seeing bad shit happen. A lot of bad shit happens working behind that wall. It might not happen every day. It might not happen every week. Most days are routine. You know, you go in there, you do the standard procedure, the standard protocol, and you go home. But when shit hits the fan, man, it goes down. I done seen inmates commit suicide. I found an inmate that committed suicide. I done seen an inmate, man, had a massive heart attack in the shower. I had to roll him over and do CPR, saved his life. I done seen inmates get stabbed up real bad, blood everywhere. I done seen homicide, staff assaults. Inmate try to rape the nurse, man. I done seen multiple inmates fighting. You trying to break it up, man. They not even listening, man. It's like you whip out the pepper spray them, they still fighting, shit like that, man. So it's you bound, if you work in this field long enough, you bound to see some bad stuff. I done seen staff members commit suicide. We done had co-workers there that lost their lives, man, over the years in car accidents, heart attacks, medical issues, all kind of stuff, man. I done seen people just mentally, they just checked out, man. They crash out and they just had to quit the job altogether because I don't know if it was the family, personal life, or the job itself. They just checked out and it got to be too much for them, man. They just stopped showing up to work, man. You ain't even hear from them again. Stuff like that, man. So you gotta have tough skin working in corrections, man. You gonna see a lot. You know, a lot of traumatic shit, man. You may see like a damn a crime scene in the prison, man. You would think like, damn, am I a goddamn homicide detective or am I a correctional officer, man? I done seen damn inmate, man, beat his cellie to death and put his head in the toilet and drowned him in the toilet, man. And he put him on the floor, covered him up with a blanket and went back to sleep. We ain't find him till the morning, man, the morning time, you know. It looked like he was asleep, shit like that. They opened the cell, man. It was a homicide scene. The FBI had to come in and investigate, man. It was a big fiasco. So, man, when you go into corrections, expect the unexpected, and you got to constantly stay on alert when you behind that fence, when you behind that wall, because shit pops off at any minute, man. You could be, it's been times I'll get on shift, I ain't been 10, 15 minutes into my shift, man. It's a damn fight right there on the unit, right there in my face, man. I'm like, damn, I ain't even had a chance to damn drink my coffee, man. These mugs going wild. It doesn't matter. They don't care if you a rookie. They don't care you got 20 years in. They don't care if it's nighttime, daytime, the weekend, the holidays, man. You think it's going to be a peaceful shift, man, and shit pop up. Boom, man, you might got damn 40 Hispanic inmates in a mass riot, man. The Bloods versus the Crips, man. The white supremacy gang versus the blacks, man. Anything could pop off. The lieutenant or sergeant get assaulted, man, by an inmate. You know, he lock him up. He got to put him in the shoe. And before he get to the shoe, he get mad in the office and goddamn decide to punch the lieutenant. Everybody got to run and respond. Man, inmate high on K2, man, he done fell out, got a medical emergency, or he done got high off of some drugs, and we try to put him in handcuffs. He become violent. We got to take him down to the ground and restrain him. Anything can go down, man. It's always expected, unexpected, man, no matter what you do. But when you go behind that sally port, when you clock in to work, man, stay on point. Stay ready, man, because the inmates, I guarantee you, they staying ready, man, for shit to pop off. You know what I'm saying? This is the next thing, man, the bad in corrections. Being asleep or being awake when most normal people are in the bed, or they are. Working in corrections is 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365. Just because it's a holiday, it's the weekend, it's summertime, the inmates don't get to go home. Somebody has to be there at all times to supervise the inmates. You got to have a certain amount of staff members on shift at all times, So what does that mean? That means that, goddamn, the inmates, man, you got to be in there on the weekends. You gonna have to work the holidays, shit like that, man. It's just like you gonna have to work night shift. Like I said, I've been on night shift for like 7 years. I'm about to come off night shift and try to go to day shift, So when most people are asleep, you got the night shift crew that's working. We in there, we got to be awake. We got to be alert. Most people are off on the weekends and holidays. Like I just mentioned, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to be there. So you're going to have to work the weekends. You're going to have to work the holidays. It just is what it is. So before you apply, don't go into it thinking that you're going to have off every holiday, every weekend. You're going to be able to attend every family function. You got to know the good with the bad when it comes to being a CO. That's a part of the job, So I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to paint y'all a rosy picture. I'm trying to give y'all the good and the bad, the downsides of it. This is the next thing, man. Dealing with negativity, toxic co-workers, and you dealing with a bunch of people that don't want to be there. Working in corrections, it's a negative environment. It's all in what you make of it. But like I say, man, you dealing with inmates that don't want to be there. You dealing with a lot of tensions, man. You might have a lot of gangs at the prison you at. You got a lot of inmates that don't like each other, man, and it could pop off a race war. Inmates get to stabbing each other, man, because it's like politics, man. Then you got toxic co-workers, man. They like to start drama, pettiness, gossip, rumor mill, shit like that. That's like any job though, man. Every job, I've worked a couple jobs before I worked in corrections. It was always some kind of little minor petty coworker drama, but it's especially bad in corrections. You could goddamn, it's been times, man, I could just be walking up the hallway with a female coworker and we just happen to be going in the same direction and we by ourselves talking, and it had been rumors spread about me that I'm sleeping with her. I'm like, bro, we was just walking in the same direction, just we were having a casual talk. You know what I'm saying? It'd be shit like that, So you just gotta be an adult. You got to know what you there for, and you just got to carry yourself, do your job, and go home, man. Leave that shit there. When I'm outside of work, it's been times where I went to like co-worker functions, and it'd be some people in there, that's all they want to talk about, something that happened at work. I'm like, bro, we not at work, man. That shit gonna be there. Talk about something else. That's why I stopped going, to functions and stuff, man, promotions, celebrations, retirement. I don't even go to none of that shit, man, because, you don't know who gonna be there. Who's who, this and that. I had people, man, I thought was cool with me at work. Then it's like they energy just shift towards me. They switch up on me. So I'm like, it's all good at the end of the day, man. I'm just here to do my job to the best of my ability and go home. And, I still wish you nothing but the best. I speak, in passing, high and by, and I just keep it moving, So, that's some shit you gonna have to encounter too if you work in correction. The inmates, it been in a negative environment, inmate may cuss you out. That shit is expected, They got a lot of these inmates got a lot of time. You got inmates in there with different issues, mental health issues, so they can snap at any time. So we just deal with that shit and we keep it moving. That's the nature of the beast, man. They're incarcerated. They don't want to be there. But it is what it is. You did the crime, you got to do the time. We just happen to be the people that have to oversee and make sure you in there following the rules, doing what you're supposed to do. It just is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But in conclusion, though, I don't want to turn nobody off to working in corrections, man. I hope this video didn't scare you. By all means, still apply. You know, I've been doing it 13 years. It's been a good career for me. To me personally, in my opinion, you know, the good far outweighs the bad. You know, it's like most days, like I say, it's pretty routine, pretty standard. You go in there and it's like, for what we get paid to do, man, it's like, man, we hardly do hardly any work. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's times, you know, you may have to get stuck over. You got to work a holiday or weekend or miss out on a function. You may have to put hands on the inmate or get into a verbal or physical altercation with an inmate. You may have a disagreement or argument with a co-worker. But that shit a part of life, man. You can do that. Shit can happen anywhere in the world. You know, it's all about knowing who you are at the end of the day and just being an adult, man, you know. But yeah, man, I highly encourage you to apply if you're still interested in it, man. You know, I'm trying to paint it, you know, in a realistic picture. I don't just want to come on here and say, oh man, corrections is the best thing since sliced bread. You know, everything has its good and it has its bad, you know, so you just got to take it all into consideration before, you know, you make that decision, you know, and you just got to decide what's best for you and your family. It's not working in corrections. It's not for everybody. You know, it's not. I've seen so many people come and go. I've seen police officers that work the street. They come in and work corrections and they don't even last a month. They go right back to the street being a police officer. You know, it's not for everybody. Some people get burnt out. You know, they like, man, I'm tired. I'm just gonna get a regular job somewhere else or work somewhere else. You know, it just is what it is, man. I plan on riding it out to retirement. I got like, what, 14 years left. I'll be 48. I'll be eligible to retire. So, you know, as long as everything's still going good, you know, when I'm not at work, I leave work at work and I'm out here enjoying my life. I get to travel, go to the gym, go out to eat, you know, watch my shows, spend time with the fam and shit like that. So I'm good. You know, I just understand what it is at the end of the day, man. It's just a job and I leave it at that. Y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. I got the merchandise for sale. Shop with me on my website, man. Y'all got any comments, questions, any ideas or topics for future videos, drop a comment. I'll be sure to get back with you as soon as I can. Y'all know how we coming. Let's get motivated.